Hello and welcome to Shredder Zoo. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be building the Gallimimus enclosure today, so pretty excited about that. Before we do, we'll just do a couple of bits of names, because there was one or two names that I wanted to do yesterday, but I hadn't written them down. So first of all, I've added that redwood tree stump over there. That's the only thing I've added to there. Just thought just something else that was suggested in the comments to add in. I thought, yeah, that looks pretty good, so I added that in there. So names, I've named some of the Palovias we did from yesterday. We've got Isaac Sewell here, who requested a name. Thank you for that. Thank you for watching. We also have Tia over this one, and over here we have Sly Cooper. So thanks for requesting names for the Palovias. I've got another name to do, which we'll do in just a moment. This one still needs naming. Let me just quickly run through the ones that I've still got available to name if you want to, anything named after you. So we've got one Palovia. Have a quick look at my list. I've got 3 Kairuku, 4 Hesperornis, 1 Diplodocus, 1 Terrorbird, 1 Oviraptor, 3 Phiomias, 1 Rex, and there might be a Gigantopithecus as well, which we are nearby. We can just go and check if there is. I'm sure I saw an unnamed one the other day. So this is the primate house that we did a few weeks ago, and all the little monkeys here, and we have the Gigantopithecus over here, and I'm sure, so this one, it's getting a little bit closer, yes, there's an unnamed Gigantopithecus as well. So if you want any of those named after you, let me know in the comment section down below. So let's dip over to the other name that I want to do, and then we'll get building on the Gallimimus enclosure as well. I've got a good place for it, I think. Well, we'll see. I'll see you in a bit. Right, here we are, the Hesperornis enclosure. I've still got, well, how many did I just say? 4, I think. There's another 4 to be named, but we're naming this one today, and this one is Brandon. This is the one I should have done yesterday. I forgot to do it. I hadn't written Brandon's name down, but I found it. It's there. So I think I've got everybody who's asked. If I have missed you, I do apologise. YouTube doesn't always notify me of all the comments, so I do sometimes miss some comments if I haven't replied to them. But anyway, if you do want something named after you, stick it down in the comment section, and we'll get that done for next episode. That'd be amazing. Right, let's go and start building the Gallimimus enclosure. Okay then, this is the area that I'm going to be building the Gallimimus enclosure in. It's right next to the Rex enclosure. That way, if the Rexes break out, we can recreate the scene from Jurassic Park. We'll put in like a log or something for people to jump over. That'd be pretty awesome. Okay, so I built this staircase coming down. If you saw the Rex enclosure video, episode 99, I think that one was, I'd finished the little walkway here, and we had a railing going across. And I said, no, if we continued out the zoo in this area, we could just build down. So that's what I've done. I've just built the staircase going down. So visitors can come down. They can actually get a really good view of the Rexes over here. And they're going to come down over in this part, and they're coming out this way, so we're going to leave this bit open so they can walk down here and still look into the paddock here and see the Rexes, get up close to those. So the Gallimimus is going to be in this area here. Now, with a large kind of reasonably flat open area for building, it's really tempting to build a huge enclosure, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to build anything too big, because it just gets a mess when you build massive ones like I've done over the last few weeks. I've done some really big ones. So I need to try and be a little bit disciplined and try and build something of a reasonable size for Gallimimus, but not too big that it takes hours and hours for me to just build the fences. So I'm trying to picture where the visitors can go. The visitors can also walk down here as well, so they can get a good view. I've kept these trees because I thought that's quite fun, walking through some of the trees on this walkway. So as you come through, you've got your trees, and I think it looks nice to walk through the trees there. But I did clear out some of the other trees. There were a few more trees around here. Got rid of those. Got rid of a couple of rocks. And I think these trees are probably okay. We might get rid of them, depending on how big the enclosure is going to be. So I'm going to plan out the edges, and we'll see what we can come up with. Okay, so we've got ourselves 4 Gallimimus here, and they make really weird noises. I've never come too close to Gallimimus normally, but yeah. So what I thought I'd do, instead of just going around the whole thing with fences like I've done with the Rex enclosure here, I'm actually going to build around the outer rim of the enclosure with foundations. We're going to make a sort of little walkway for the visitors to go in, and that should be pretty good. because then we can get the fences to snap to the foundations. That'll be a lot easier, I think. We'll see how it goes anyway. Let's just snap that to there. Yeah, so we can sort of see how big we're going to want to make it. Let's have a quick look here. So I don't want it to be too huge, but obviously there's 4 of them. They're reasonably large and fast moving, so they want some place to kind of run around. So we need a decent size. But yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'm just going to plan out the outer edge, see how far I want to build it and that sort of thing, and then we can come in and build the detail. Alright, so here's the outer edge going around. I think that looks pretty awesome. It's got some nice natural decorations in, those big rocks over there. It's a pretty decent size, I think. Now we're coming to the end. There's not many episodes left. I think we've got 3 more after this. So it'll be next weekend and the weekend after. And then the series is over. It's finished. We're done. It's amazing. So I've got all this kind of space now. I mean, I originally thought I was going to fit it all in on the plateau here. This is Weathertop on just in case you didn't know where we were on the island. Hopefully that render in. There we go. That little area, that little island at the south there, that is called Weathertop, which is this kind of area, this plateau here. This was where the zoo was going to be. I've completely filled up this space, and we've expanded out to the lake. We've expanded out over that way, and now we're expanding out over this way. So I was really running out of space, but now we are very close to the end, and this has kind of given us a lot of space to expand into. So we're not pushed for space anymore. But I don't want to go too crazy. But I think this is a decent size. I think this actually looks like a really nice enclosure. So yeah, I've just gone around with the stone foundations. What I want to do is go through and we'll put in steps where we need to go down a level, and then we'll put in an inner fence on the inside. Now I'm not sure whether I'll leave the outer fence open. I could put ramps all the way around it so people can just walk up at any point, or we can put railings on to kind of keep them on the path. I don't know, we'll see how it looks, but I'm going to go around with the stairs, with the ramps, and then we'll put the inner fence in. I'm pretty much sure, I think that'll look pretty good. And we'll need to figure out, maybe have some sort of extra visitors centre, maybe a building with some benches or something they can sit in. Well, we'll have to see what we can come up with. But yeah, I think it's going to look pretty good. Okay, it's raining again, but never mind, we're still going to be carrying on working. So I've got the fences around on the inside, all the stairs are done. Now I'm thinking, I've got 2 high on the outside. I'm thinking I will put railings all around the outside as well, but we're going to want some areas where visitors can get up at certain points. Definitely here we're going to want something, so we can put in like a ramp at this point. But what I want to do is actually, I'm going to just do the ghost command and go under the ground here. And I've got some more foundations. What I want to do is put a foundation underneath. Let's have some stairs at this point. So I'm actually going to come out like this. So because it's also under the ground at the moment, but what I want to do is be able to place some sloped walls, if I get the right one, in. Actually, I wonder. Yes, we do need it here. So yeah, so the sloped walls are going to be there, so that the stairs aren't just coming out into nowhere. If you see what I mean, so that we can do it like that, so they've actually got some walls, some structure to them, which I quite like. So we can switch to the stairs, and that looks pretty good. So we'll have various places along the way. So one here, we'll have another one at this point, so that there's plenty of spaces for people to kind of get up and wander around the outside of the enclosure. So we'll just do the same like this, and then we can do those ones, and that one. They'll look quite nice. Then we can put on the ramp, switch to stairs, and like that. So I think that looks pretty cool. And then we can just leave a gap open here so people can just walk in. That looks pretty good. So we'll have it like that. And then what we'll do, I'll stick with the... Do I have any on me? Yes, I've got some railings on me. So we'll just have the railings go like this. And then we'll just block off just the one high all the way around the outside, which I think will look perfect. And there we go. Yeah, so I'm going to do that, and I'll bring you back when that's done, and then we can actually think about what else we're going to do. We'll put some decorations in here, flesh it out a little bit. I definitely want to put in one of those big logs. Definitely going to do that, and then maybe we can think about, I don't know, either they do they need a shelter? I don't know. I quite like the arrangement of this without maybe building them a shelter. They can kind of live outside. I think would be quite good. Do we want a little sort of visitor's hut where people can go in and sit down? Maybe, I don't know. I have to think about it. But yeah, I'm going to get these railings placed and then I'll see you back then. Okay, that one is all done. So yeah, just a single height railing all around the outside, and every now and again we've got a couple of bits of stairs going out, or just got like a gap if it's close to the ground. And I've done that around in a couple of different places, not at the back there I don't think. But over this side there's a couple of spaces. You can see that there's one there, and I think there's another one there at the back there, and another opening just there. So there's plenty of spaces that people can get in and out. And then of course now we have 3 more enclosures to build in this series. So I don't know. I might do the next one will be just carrying on in this area here. So these areas are to allow the visitors to go out and do that one. The other option, there is a space down by the lake to do another one as well. So we could do it down there. I'll have to see how we feel when we do it next weekend. But anyway, we need to do a little bit of decoration. Let's just get this a little bit brighter here for us, a little bit sunnier. So the first thing I want to do, as I said, we can recreate the scene from Jurassic Park where the T-Rex is chasing the Gallimimus, and the heroes of the film hide behind that log. So there we go, there's the log. But I've also got a couple of these redwood stumps, so I thought I might just put a couple of these in. Might look quite nice. Don't do too much because they are very, very big. Maybe just that one. Maybe I'll do one more here. Yeah, that looks quite good. Yeah, we'll stick with that. No more of those. Let's drop this. But I do have a bunch of other stuff here. I've got some extra rocks. If we need to put more rocks in, there's quite a lot of rocks in here already, so probably not looking at it. But there are some trees. I've just spawned in like a few different trees. We'll see what they look like, because I feel like I sometimes use the same decorations in all the enclosures, and it might be worth just experimenting with something different. Again, we don't need to put too many in. I just want to put, if I find a nice tree, put 1 or 2 trees in. I'm not too sure what they look like, you see. Alright, so this one looks fairly sort of smallish tree and quite full with its leaves. That actually looks quite nice. Quite like that. Let me just see what else we have. Well, these ones quite small. Let's put one of these ones over by the rocks. That's quite good because they don't take up too much space. They look pretty good. I like that one. Let's put a couple more of those in. Over by these rocks here, if we can, and another one over here. That's probably all we really need. We'll do something over here. This is quite an open area. We'll see. I've got what about this one? Kapok tree. Again, these are quite small. They might look quite nice. Nothing too major. Yeah, okay. We can put a couple of those in around by the edges here. Stick another one maybe over here. That's quite good. It just gives it a bit of height, a bit of difference in vegetation. Look quite good. So I think that'll probably do for trees. Do you think? I think that's probably good for trees. We'll drop all the rest of these. Don't need any more of them. So now we go back to the usual things. We've got some bamboo and ferns and things. Which the ferns and things will look really good over by the rocks. And then we've got a few bushes and some palm things. I don't think we'll bother with the palm clusters, but we'll use the bushes. Maybe the wisp grass over by the rocks might look quite nice. We'll see how it looks. So let's there's a little cluster of rocks here. So let's start putting in some ferns. And what else have we got? Oh, not those. That's a bit too big. Let's stick another fern over here. And what else we have? The wisp grass can look quite nice by the rocks as well, just kind of like this. Looks pretty good. What else do we have? A bush. Let's stick a bush over here. And maybe another one over here. Looks pretty good. I've got another rock over here. Let's stick some more ferns by this rock. And a bush. Just a little one. A couple of little ones like that. Oh, that's pretty good. I like it. I like these sort of things. So if you have like an open area, maybe over here, something a little bit open, we can put in the bigger fern, which I quite like. Yeah, I like that one. Let's stick another one over here. Nice. Yeah, I like that a lot. We'll have it. So again, I don't want to put in too much because these obviously want some space to run around and that. But the ferns and things I do like scattered amongst the rocks. So we'll do some more of these. Maybe we've got some large bushes. That's a large bush. We'll do a large bush there. There's another one there. Maybe over here we can do some more ferns. Just to kind of fill it up a bit. Oh, I think it looks really good. I like it a lot. So there's more rocks here. Let's just do some stuff over here. Tell you what, let's put one of these sort of in the middle here. And then we can go back to the bushes. Maybe stick a couple of different things and maybe just a little one over here. Like that. Some ferns. I think it's looking pretty good. And this is perfect. I like putting in the wisp grass in sort of these little rocks area. These little pile of rocks that we have here looks pretty good. And let's stick a fern in the corner like that. Brilliant. Let's have a quick look from above and see how it looks. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that looks pretty awesome. I don't think we need to add too much more. We want a little bit of space in here. Maybe we could just add in maybe another fern over by this end of the tree. Just growing in that little gap there. And then maybe we could add another one or two just around the base of this stump. And let's add in just a little bit of the grass like this. Stick a fern there. Perfect. I think we're done. I think that's good. Right, so we've got plenty of time left. Let's think about what else we could do here. Maybe there is a trike over there trying to get in without a ticket. We know what happens when they try and get in without a ticket, but we'll leave him for now. He's not doing any harm. We haven't officially opened the zoo yet. Okay, so I'm thinking, what could we do? I would like to maybe do something in this bit here. Maybe have a slight observation tower. Don't necessarily need that. I need to think about what to do. I'll be back in a moment. So I've been racking my brains and I can't think of anything to add to the Gallimimus enclosure that would improve it. I'm really happy with how it is. So I thought for the last few minutes we'll have in the episode, I would do some improvements to the Rex enclosure. Now, because this one was so big and I wanted to get it done all in one episode, I kind of felt like it was rushed a little bit for episode 99. So there are certain things that I didn't do. I didn't do a huge amount of decoration in there. You don't need a huge amount because there's a lot of rocks in there and stuff. But just like we did with the Gallimimus enclosure, sticking in a few ferns and bushes and things just around where the rocks are and stuff just gives it that little bit of extra depth to it, because I don't have any ground clutter turned on, so there are kind of large bare patches of ground, so we can definitely improve on that. And I reckon we can actually get a bit of bamboo. We didn't put any bamboo in the Gallimimus enclosure, but we can stick a little bit here in the Rex enclosure. What we could do in actual fact is maybe stick some bamboo by their nest. They might want to kind of shield their eggs a little bit from potential egg thieves and predators and things, so they would probably naturally find somewhere that was fairly secluded. So maybe adding a little bit of vegetation around their nest might kind of make it look better. That looks really quite nice actually. I like that. They probably would trample it, to be honest with you, but never mind. Let's stick in a little bit more around the place. So yeah, so this hopefully should just improve the Rex enclosure just a little bit, add a little bit to it. So I do feel like it was a little bit rushed because it was just so big. It took so long, and to get it done in the one episode was a bit ambitious on my part, I think. But it came out okay anyway. I'm pretty happy with it. And is our sheep still here? They haven't eaten it yet. Yeah, our sheep is still there. If you didn't see the episode where I built this, so this is the kind of thing where we can raise the sheep ready for feeding. Am I still ghosting? I am. So we can come up and the Rex will fit, just like in Jurassic Park. But we'll keep them safe for now. I do like that. What we could actually do is try and cover up a little bit with the... I'll stick on some bamboo around the edges on this little corner here, because that's... I think that'll look quite good. I'll stick in, we've got some bushes in the corners here just to kind of give it a little bit of extra. We'll go back out. I haven't got any more ferns left. I do have these larger ones. We'll stick a few of these in the large open areas. I'll stick some trees in here as well, actually. Not too many again, but a few trees won't go amiss. But these ferns, fountain palms I think they're called, are great because they're really big but they're not too heavy, so they cover up a lot of space and really give the area a bit of greenery. It looks really nice. I like it a lot. We'll stick some more bamboo, maybe a little sort of grove of bamboo growing here. This area is pretty open. Let's stick in another one of these. And yeah, I think instantly that just makes it look so much better with a bit more greenery, a bit more plant life in there. Yeah, definitely looks better. We'll do a little bit over here. And I think we're getting towards the end. I think I'm pretty happy with how things are going. I'm just going to grab in a couple more bits of ferns and things that I'm missing. Okay, so now we can put in some more grass around these things. And I do tend to do the same sort of thing. So these little rock piles have the wisp grass. I put in ferns around the rocks and things, but it kind of gives it a uniform look around these zoo enclosures. So they are all as unique as I can get them, but they have unifying features, which I think looks really nice. Yeah, so as I said earlier, we've got 3 more dinos to do. Have a guess what we're going to be doing next weekend. Stick it down in the comment section what you think we have. For long-time viewers, can you remember what I've done and what I haven't done? I know a lot of people will be still, reasonably new to the series. They might not have followed them right from the beginning, so you may not realise what it is I've done and what it is I haven't done. But don't worry, what I'm going to be doing, say 3 more. So next Saturday and Sunday will be enclosures, and the weekend after we'll be doing our last enclosure, and on the Sunday I'm thinking I will do a live stream where I will do a tour around the zoo. So no building or anything like that, but it will be just a touring and going through everything that we've done so far. So that will be quite exciting. That will be next, not next weekend, but the weekend after. So the final weekend on the Sunday, we'll do that. So that's going to be exciting. Looking forward to doing that. It's going to be amazing. Looking out over all the things and how my building has kind of improved. I hope it's improved over time that we've been doing this series. Let's stick in some of these bushes and a slightly smaller bush like that. And we'll stick in one more of these like that. Maybe another one over here. This is quite a bare area. Maybe another one over here. Okay, that looks much better. So I think the last thing I'm going to do is stick in just a couple of trees, not too many. Get some nice big tall trees, I think, and then we're done. Alright guys, so I've got a couple of trees to have a look at. We have some tall canopies and medium canopies, and let's just swap those two around if we can. And then we've also got rainbow gum trees and big palm trees, so I'm not too sure what they're going to look like. Let's try it with, this is the tall canopy. Oh, there we go, there's a big old tree there. Kind of overshadows that one a bit. That's not too bad. Do we want those in? Kind of fits in with the big. We've got some big trees around here. What about the slightly smaller one, a medium canopy tree? Stick that one over here. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. We don't want to put too much in. They probably won't walk over this too much. So I'm thinking they've got this kind of pathway going through, which they should be able to walk over. I haven't tested it. They should be able to walk over it, but they might even be able to walk over the fences there, but I'm not entirely sure. I think it's like 4 high walls that you need to be able to stop Rexes from walking over. I'm not entirely sure. Rainbow gum tree. Let's try see what that one looks like. Oh, I quite like that one. That's a pretty good one. And then maybe one more. We could maybe put in a couple of these big palm trees because they're quite skinny but still very tall. Stick a couple of those in. One there and one there. Let's just have a quick look. Pull back a bit, have a look at the Rex enclosure. That looks good. Okay, I like it. I like it. It fills in the area a little bit more. Gives a bit more greenery. Doesn't make it look quite so bare than it was. And the trees kind of give it a bit of extra height and stuff. So, yep, I'm happy with that. We'll leave it like that. So let's go back over to the Gallimimus enclosure. Have one final look at that before we call it a day. Wish I could be faster while flying. I've put all my levels into weight and movement speed, so at least I do move a little bit faster than I would normally. I am max level, obviously. I've maxed myself out. Okay, so there we go, 4 Gallimimus. If you want these named after yourselves, stick it down in the comment section, and of course all the other ones that I mentioned earlier as well. We definitely need some names. I would like to get them all named before I finish the series. But yeah, there we go. Yeah, let me know what you think. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I'm going to call it a day right now. I'm pretty happy with how that one's turned out. So next weekend we may well build something in this area, or there is an area down by the lake. I have to decide which one I like better for what I want to build. Probably this area. Continue on here, and then the weekend after will be the final enclosure and a live tour of the entire zoo. So I'm really looking forward to that one. I hope you are too. I hope you'll come back next weekend, and don't forget all the videos we have during the week as well. I hope you'll check those out. So I will see you around. Goodbye.